Hey folks, welcome to another Friday fishing forecast, and it looks like it's going to be an absolutely beautiful weekend. It looks like we've got some decent tides. It looks like we're going to have some great weather. It looks like the winds are going to stay down offshore. We are going to have the sea breeze, so that's going to kick up a little bit. A lot of things going on, a lot of fish being caught, different species. I know a lot of guys have been doing very well on big trout. Matter of fact, our friend Dirty Ernie went out with Captain Jason Prieto and his wife Katie, and they caught a ton of tarpon. The tarpon were absolutely thick. So if you're looking to do some tarpon fishing, these outgoing tides late in the afternoon, Ernie was telling me the crab flush started around 6 o'clock. So of course that's just going to change day to day. So it was 6 o'clock yesterday, probably 7 o'clock today, probably 8 o'clock on Saturday. So if you're wanting to target those fish, plan on being out there closer to those times. Once those crabs started flushing, Ernie said you could see the fish on the bottom, and then all of a sudden as the crabs started flushing, they just kind of spread out and came up and started eating the crabs, and that's when the bite went off. So if you're wanting to target tarpon, that's definitely a time to do it on this outgoing tide. If you can catch crabs, I highly recommend it. And Ernie said the crabs were flushing really good. He had already went down south and bought some, but the crabs were flushing out of the bay at the mouth. So definitely, if you want to catch crabs, they're going to flow. I didn't think they would flow very well simply because we haven't had a lot of rain, and they don't typically flow very well or flush when we don't have a ton of rain. But you never know. Mother Nature throws you curveballs all the time. The snapper bite in 100 feet of water was absolutely insane this week. We went out. I have a video that's going to be coming out probably on Monday. The bite was absolutely insane during the major feeding time. Really nice mangrove snapper. We caught some keeper scamp, keeper red grouper, some yellowtail, no hogfish. We haven't caught a hogfish in a while. We think that they've gone deeper. But other than that, the mangrove snapper bite was unbelievable. It was crazy. So if you get a chance to go out this weekend and get offshore, I definitely would start at least in 80 feet of water. Now, don't get me wrong. You can catch fish in shallower water. I know friends of mine that have been fishing in 9 miles and less because he's a guide and he's been running trips, and they've been doing very well in shallow water too. So the fish are out there. You just got to pick where you want to go and how far you want to go. Like I said, the weather's going to be beautiful. Light winds except for that afternoon sea breeze, which will affect the bay quite a bit. It will make it pretty bumpy. But offshore, it's going to be pretty flat. So it's going to be one of those days that if you want to run, you can run. I know a lot of guys that are fishing the crossweight tournament, and they're running, some of them are running all the way out to Pulley Ridge. So that's 170 miles out. Let's go ahead and get into the tides and salooners for this weekend and talk about what we have coming up. On Saturday, we have a low tide at 3:49 a.m. at a 1.3 foot. Then we have a low tide at 6:23 a.m. at a 1.2 foot. Then we have a high tide at 1:21 p.m. at a 2.6. Then we have a low tide at 9:20 p.m. at a negative 0.4. Then on Sunday, we have a long incoming tide till 1:47 p.m. at a 2.6. Then we have an outgoing tide at 10:01 or 10:04 p.m. at a negative 0.3. So as you can see, those tides are going to be screaming in the afternoon, late afternoon, evening time. And like I said, those tarpon are going to be eating on that outgoing tide. We call them hill tides. We're not quite into that time of year though. June, July is when the hill tides are. But there's pretty strong tides, as you can see, 2.6 to a negative 0.4. So that's almost a 3-foot swing, which is actually almost a 4-foot swing. I'm sorry. So that's a pretty good swing for Tampa Bay tides. Let's go ahead and talk about the salooners for this weekend also. On Saturday, we have a minor feeding time from 6:40 a.m. to 7:40 a.m. Then we have a major feeding time from 1:23 p.m. to 3:23 p.m. Then we have another minor feeding time from 9:06 to 10:06 p.m. On Sunday, we have a minor feeding time from 7:27 a.m. to 8:27 a.m. Then we have a major feeding time from 2:15 p.m. to 4:15 p.m. The reason why I talked about that minor late in evening or at night, 9:06 to 10:06, is because that is going to be where the hill tide is not coming to an end but close, so it's going to be flushing really good. So those crabs are probably going to be start flushing at around, I would say, 8 o'clock or so, 7 o'clock, somewhere in that time. So if you want to target tarpon, definitely do that. I want to say thank you to everybody for all of the support, to continued support. We really, really appreciate it. We did get behind, but we're almost caught up now. We had some lead issues still, but we were able to get some lead in, and so we're catching up on orders now. So I appreciate your patience with that. Thank you so much. Other than that, like I said, it's going to be a beautiful weekend. So if you get a chance to get out there and enjoy the weather, enjoy the fishing. Fish more, catch more, and we'll see you on the flip side.